Good morning, Julian. How are you, mate?
Hey Dan, I'm great. How are you?
Excellent, buddy. Thank you for joining me today.
Pleasure.
So I wanted to touch on a couple of things today. One thing is I was having a discussion with someone the other day about the course, and they had seen some stuff on social media about it, but didn't really feel it was for them because they weren't in a business.
Mm-hmm.
But mate, you've done the course how many times now?
4 now.
4 times, yeah, right, wow. So out of that 4 times, how much have you got out of it, you think, personally and professionally?
I'd probably say 50-50.
Yeah.
It just comes to a point where each time I've done the course, I've been in a different position in life which I've needed to focus on.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like doing it multiple times. Like when you watch your complex movie, every time you do it, you get something else out of watching the movie. It's great.
Yeah, exactly right. And the principles of success, and we're talking about attitudes, the attitudes that make you successful, those principles are the same in business or your personal life or your love life or whatever, yeah? They're all the same thing anyway. And Kate Kewen, who was in one of the earlier videos.
Last week, I think.
Yeah, just last week, yeah. She was talking about last night in our class how there was a gentleman who came in to do the coaching courses, I think it was earlier this year. And he came in strictly for business, and he left with probably more in his personal life. Like his personal life totally changed for him. His relationship with his family got better, relationship with himself got better, his health got better, he was enjoying life more. And as a byproduct of that, naturally, his business got better.
Yeah, because he was just in a better space himself, so he was able to give more to work because he was coming into work happy.
Yeah.
And not having to be a slave to it. It was great to see.
Yeah, look, they're great principles, and obviously I'm very passionate about it, and I'm passionate to see people, improve their lives personally and in their business if they are in a business, or it could just be a career. You know what I mean? If you just want to take your career to another level, the principles are the same as well. Excellent, mate. So then last night we ran another session, and we covered the Rationalizer module,
yes,
which is a great module, and the basic outline of this module is that from a very young age we've been getting away with rationalising poor performance, let's call it, meaning that when we don't want to do something, we can come up with a plausible reason not to do it, and other people will buy into that, we buy into that, and that stops us doing that. And then the moment when you realise that you're doing that in your life still, because we've been doing it for so long, and we have a saying that we're all 5th Dan black belts in rationalising. We've been doing it that long, we can get away with it. But at the moment you realise that, you can really start to rapidly change your life. In fact, I've even got the sticker here, and you've got something similar like this on your phone, I believe.
Yeah.
And the sticker that we hand out is caution, this is a rationalisation free zone. Rationalisation and high performance cannot coexist. Basically meaning you can't rationalise something, why you shouldn't do something, and have high performance. You're either got high performance or you're rationalising one or the other, yeah? How has this played out in your life?
Recently, since I've become more aware of it, it's made a big difference. I mean, you and I have had previous conversations about how, I guess, in my past, I've been able to rationalise a lot because maybe there hasn't been consequences there for me. That was a huge thing, and no fault to Mum, God bless her, and she was a fantastic mum, but I probably got away with a few things which I shouldn't have, which set a precedent for I was able to rationalise for life. But then when I was realising that, you know what, I'm probably not reaching my full potential because I'm rationalising.
Yes.
Changed everything, and you just had to start to own it pretty much.
Yeah, and this is where we learn this rationalisation at a young age, is that our parents end up doing things for us, so we don't have to, because they're covering it. And then when we go out and to fend for ourselves, it actually starts to cost us, and we don't even realise sort of why and how.
And I think that's also at a young age, like I guess society, how we get to that point where everyone wins a trophy and it's okay to not do well, you're still okay, where as you get older, that just turns into rationalisation, and it's a real challenge for you that you don't have to really apply yourself.
Yeah, absolutely. And mate, you've competed in different bodybuilding competitions, yeah?
Yes.
And I imagine that would have been an area in your life already that you didn't rationalise, because you've done really well in that.
I did okay. I got up on stage and had a top placing, so it was pretty good.
Yeah, it's great. So you already realised to some level that to commit to something, to be really good at something, you can't rationalise, yeah? No. Otherwise you wouldn't have placed as you did. But there was probably other areas of your life that you weren't applying those same principles.
Absolutely. I mean, personal, professional, like you can rationalise things, but you see that all the time, even with competitors.
Yeah.
The ones who don't make it, they rationalise why they couldn't, and it was just because they didn't stick to it and apply themselves as much as they should.
Absolutely. So it's almost like, and mate, correct me if you see it differently, but it's almost like if you're really focused on something, like let's just say I've got a goal that's 6 months out, and that's my sole focus. It's very easy not to rationalize because I know where I'm going. Yeah. So it's very easy to apply this without even knowing this information. But part of the beauty of learning this module is you're actually rationalizing every other area in your life. And as soon as you learn the techniques and the principles that we go through and we teach to actually stop rationalizing those other areas in your life, as successful as what you were in that 6 months or 12 months getting ready for comp, you can be in every other area of your life.
Yes, absolutely.
And it's an exciting thing to actually come to terms with, isn't it? It's like, hang on, I'm rationalizing all this stuff, and I'm justifying my own poor behavior or poor performance, if you like. And I don't mean that to have a go at anyone. I mean that if you want to improve any area in your life, you can. You've just got to stop rationalizing.
Absolutely. There's so many times since I've been aware of this from doing the course a couple of times where I'll be having conversations, whether it's with friends, family, or we'll be in a meeting talking about something, and I'll go to open my mouth and I'll stop myself because I'm like, Jules, that's a rationalization. And I'm like, no, just go do it.
Yeah, exactly right. And then all of a sudden, you build on that success, and then you build on more success. So, I mean, you've got to be bringing in all the other principles. This on its own is great, but as soon as you can then bring in all the other principles, then you really start to see a lot of traction in your life.
Yeah, I just think that if you can stop your rationalizing, that kind of opens the floodgates for all of the principles to be used, because you could have all those principles that we go over, which are phenomenal, but if you rationalize, you're just not allowing yourself to get to that point to apply them and get that success.
Excellent, mate. Look, buddy, it's been an awesome experience for myself to watch you on that journey and to see that you adopt all the principles, including the rationalisation, and to take your life to greater success. And mate, all credit to you, because we all go through different experiences in life, challenges up and down, sort of thing. But you're a real fighter, man. You get in there and you live this rationalisation thing. So you're an inspiration to many, including myself.
It's certainly not perfect. It's a work in progress, but it's definitely better and better.
Yeah, that's right. Exactly. Right. And you're not throwing in the towel. You just keep getting up, and you keep learning, keep asking more questions, and you're bringing in the principles. And you're going to go from strength to strength. So more power to you, mate. Then there's the other side of our coaching, which is a new introduction. So you've done the course many times before, but this is the first time you've done our online Achievers Goal Challenge. So every day you're being kept accountable for 90 days to the rituals that I follow personally and have brought me a lot of success. And it's a group challenge, so there's a bunch of other people in there as well, all competing, I guess, for their own success. Not necessarily competing against each other, but then all sharing and contributing to everyone else's success as well. Tell me about that.
Yeah, well, as I said earlier, this is the fourth coaching program I've done, but this is the first one we've had the online challenge, and it's a game changer in regards to that constant accountability and being immersed in the process. So that previously we'd be basically catching up once a week for a couple of hours, then we'd go away and apply that, and there really wasn't any communication or reinforcement of that throughout the week. But with this, it's amazing because every day we've got to focus, and we're forced to be very aware of our actions and our thoughts. And so it keeps us accountable every single day, so that it's just accelerating through. It's not like we get momentum from the night we do the coaching, then it slows down, then it goes again the next week. You're up all the time. But the best thing is just to watch everyone else and how they're having their breakthroughs, because that's motivating too. And it's absolutely. It's rare because it's a place of pure positivity. Like we can sit there on our phones, on social media, Facebook, Instagram, whatever it is, and we can see so much negativity or unhealthy competition or discouragement, whereas in this group, it's everyone wants everyone to succeed. You're each other's cheerleaders, and you're motivated because everyone's on your team. It's amazing.
Absolutely, it is fantastic, mate. And like you say, is everyone's just sharing a little bit of information or a success they had today. And there's a lot of people on this challenge all sharing the journey, And even if you're having a challenging day, correct me if I'm wrong, someone else in the group won't be, and they will just share a breakthrough they had. And does that, if you are having a day that's challenging, because you're learning new things, to see someone else have a breakthrough, does that inspire you to then even give it more and to stop rationalizing? Yeah,
absolutely. And you see other people's success, and as I said, because you're not in competition with each other, that their success is their success and
Yeah.
yours is yours, and everyone can have their success together, that it keeps you on track. But even then, if you're having a subpar day or something hasn't gone right, everyone in the group is behind you and to help you to refocus, because everyone will remind you of these principles
Yes,
as well.
that's right.
Because they're learning them as well. And it's just great as though that you can't stay down for long. We're all going to have our bad days, but it's how long they go for or how bad they are.
Yeah, and the more you adopt these principles in your life, the less bad days you have.
Yeah.
Because actually you start to get a lot of momentum in the the zone of success, if you like. And they're far and few between.
But even like if we have those bad moments, as we've spoken about in the coaching, you may have spoken about it with people before, solution focus is though
Yes.
that we don't get caught in the problems anymore. Something
Correct.
happens, and then you go, okay, well, what can I do to get out of this? And sometimes you rebound even stronger, and it's so good.
Yeah, it's all mindset, mate. It's an amazing when you really get control of your thinking, just how much that can change your life. We all spend a lot of time on our health and our bodies, or we should, and our diet and all that type of stuff. But not a lot of us are spending as much time really mastering the whole mindset, the process of thinking. And I talk about this a lot, where everyone's been taught what to think. Your school, parents, society, newspapers, all that type of stuff is kind of educating almost people what to think. But no one's actually teaching you how to think, and that's the power of the course that we run, is that it's really giving people that education on how to process thought.
Yeah.
You would agree? Yeah?
Absolutely. But like going back to how we're talking about health and body and everything's important, getting all of this right up here makes everything else better. So that could be health, your body, relationships, career. That if you get the absolute foundations right, everything else is going to soar. Like just the example of the guy who did it, the last course, how he came in for one reason, but he got everything right from the start.
Yes.
And then it all got better.
Everything got better, yeah.
And so it's just the massive foundations to work on.
Yeah, absolutely. And the reason why I introduced the 90-day online challenge was simply because of that the information is golden. I'm passionate about it, I love it, and I live it every day myself, and I have for a long time. But I really needed to help everyone else really pick up as much as they can, because you can go off and do courses and you can learn a lot of stuff, spend a weekend even doing a course, and maybe for 3 or 4 days afterwards you're all pumped up and it's great. But then in a week or so you find you go yourself back to your old forms of living.
Or you just hit a road bump and it all just goes out the window.
Yeah, and that's the beauty of this challenge, being in this community on this 90-day challenge, because it roughly takes about 30 days to form a habit, but it actually takes about 90 days to really change your life. This is just who you are now. So that's why we sort of go on that journey together.
Yeah, but it's cool. Like you say, that 30 days, we're getting kind of close to that now. And you're just starting to see more and more people popping up with amazing things going on. And the whole group just gathers momentum, because everyone's just riding that wave. And the cool thing is there's people in that group on the other side of the planet as well.
Yeah,
it's
that's right.
So cool.
Doing it, and they're experiencing the same changes in their life, and they're motivated by everyone. Fantastic, mate. Well, thank you very much for joining me.
Pleasure.
It's always great to catch up with you and chat about where you are in your journey and how well you're succeeding. So thank you very much.
No worries. Thank you.
Cheers.